All right, let's get this mess of a drawer organized and build some drawer inserts. And I got a fourth one around here somewhere, so I'm gonna put it right here. All right, so this is gonna be a slide for the top tray to slide on top. So as I mentioned in the last build video where we built the case for these drawers to go into, I'm a custom furniture maker, so every project I do is different. So I end up building a lot of different jigs, and so I have all kinds of different sizes of these toggle clamps to clamp work pieces down in the jig when I'm working. So this drawer is mainly going to be all the stuff I need to build jigs. And then this is the general way I would go about laying out my drawer compartment, just knolling them out and then drawing in the dividers. All right, so now that I got everything laid out, I'm just gonna build right off this template. All right, so I cut this into square and I'm just gonna bump it up on this edge here, on the front of the drawer. All right, mark it. All right, I'll just cut it to fit. All right, so I just snuck up on that fit. Pretty good snug fit there, not too tight, not too loose. So now to build the grid in there, I'm gonna do just a little half laps into this to help hold it in place. I'm not gonna nail this down. And then these two top rails will be what the upper drawer slides on. All right, I think we're a little too tight. There we go. Now, when I put the top tray on here, I want to make sure it slides without getting hung up on these. So I'm going to take these to the table saw and rip off just like a 1/16 of an inch so they sit just a little bit below that. So that way there'll be nothing interfering with the top tray. Once the top tray gets on here, it can slide without any problems, not getting caught up. All right, so let's start the top tray and get the bottom for it glued up first. That way while it's drying, we can be working on the rest of it. All right, and then I did the same thing for the top tray, and the top tray is a little bit shorter so it can slide back and forth, so I can grab stuff out of the back, grab stuff out of the front, and then the stuff in the middle, just lift the tray up and get it out of the way. So I need to cut my grid work for these pieces, but first I need to get my side assembled so I can get some accurate measurements. Now I'm not going to glue it together just yet because I need to cut a dado in the bottom edge to receive the bottom, and I'll do that when I cut the dados for the half laps for the dividers. So right now I'm just going to temporarily tape it together, get my measurements, cut all my parts to fit, cut my half flaps and dados and then glue it together. All right, so I got one end squared off, and I'm just going to slide it under here and butt it up against this wall. So it's butted up tight. And then, whoops. Then use that to mark this other side. All right, and we'll cut that off the table saw. All right, so I'm going to make sure I leave the line since I marked on the inside of the box. Then I'm going to set a stop because I'm going to cut 3 of them and I want them all to be the same and consistent. All right, before I cut all of them, I'm going to do a test fit to make sure it fits. All right, so we're gonna do the same procedure as we did for the bottom tray. Set up my stop for the size of my cubbies. All right, I got my bottom cut to fit here, so let's do a little test fit. All right, there we go. So this is just going to friction fit in here, so to prevent it from sliding, I'm just going to put a little dab of CA glue down here at the back. That way I can break it off if I ever want to change this configuration. And same thing with this front piece right here to hold it on place. I'll just put a little CA glue there to hold it in place. Maybe one of those headless pins right there in the end, but otherwise it'll be friction fit and I should be good to go. So let's take it all apart, get it sanded up, squirt some finish on it, and do our final assembly. All right, so I got the inside faces pre-finished here. It's easier to finish while it's apart. And now I'm gonna take these guys together and we'll get some glue in here and get it assembled, sand it up, and then we'll finish the outside. All right, so I want to reinforce my miters and also give the box a little bit of a decorative appeal. So I have my sled set up here to hold my box at a 45. let's get this thing together. Oh, all right, works pretty well.